Hi, everybody. Great to be back with you again, and thrilled that you're championing this wonderful characteristic of connecting together. This is just all part of our discipleship paradigm, and to know that we're not in this alone, but God has brought other people, sisters and brothers in Christ, around us to support us, to receive support from us, so that we can be one. Remember, that was the great prayer of the Lord, that we would be one, so that we would have an influence in the world for Christ. So I'm just thrilled. You remember back last weekend, we had the opportunity to look at the second wound of Easter, that of the wound of mocking words. And I know that this is something that we can all relate to, because even as James said in chapter 3, that this tongue of ours is a fire that can really destroy things. And only a mature person has learned to tame his or her tongue. And I know that I've got a ways to go. I think we all do in this issue. And therefore, words are a constant battle for me and for all of us. But I wanted to take just a minute. You've got lots of questions to talk about and to dig deeper into this whole topic of how Jesus' wounds are the basis for our well-being, even on these verbal attacks that we all go through at times. I just wanted to tell you a quick story that illustrates some of what God is doing in this process of allowing us to suffer a bit. I was out at my grandchildren's home, and I was playing with my older granddaughter, Joelle, shooting a bow and arrow, one of the little plastic ones that were made for children with the rubber tips on the end. And Joelle was really good at it. We decided to put up two little logs that they use for firewood out in their backyard on the grass and have a shooting contest. Well, she did far better than I did, and she had practiced a little bit more. But I discovered that with each pull on the bowstring, it became a little loose. And with each pull, it shot less and less accurately. And I had to take that bowstring and wrap it around the actual bow a couple of times to keep the bowstring tight. And that allowed the arrow to shoot straight and true, and to actually fly where it was pointed. Well, I thought about that in my preparation and just didn't have the time to share it with you all. I think it's an apt illustration of why God allows us to go through some of these difficult times. It's kind of like He's tightening up our bowstrings, because He wants my life, your life, our lives together to shoot straight and true and accurately. And so He tightens things up and brings hardship and difficulties into our lives that will stretch us. And then He tightens us up a little bit more. He doesn't do it, we know, because He's mean or angry at us. He's doing it because He loves us. And it's in the well-being of His heart for ours that He went to the cross, that He died and allowed Himself to be wounded on our behalf. So I'm wondering if you've had an experience where the Lord has been kind of tightening up the bowstring to shoot you straighter and truer, that you'd like to share with the group. You've got a whole bunch of other questions and issues to dialogue about. I hope that you have an absolutely great time, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week as we continue our series on the wounds of Easter. May the Lord bless you as you share together.